Did you know that 60% of Airbnb bookings come from the first few pages of search results? So if your listing is not showing up there, that means you may be missing out on a ton of bookings. Here's the kicker. There's a lot of hosts that don't even realize how much control they have over their own visibility. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to optimize your Airbnb listing so that you can rank higher in the search results and ultimately get more eyes on your property, which is going to lead to more bookings and more income. Stick around because at the end, I'm going to actually share some insider SEO tactics that we use on our own short-term rentals to get completely booked. My name's Derek Israel. I own $3.5 million of short-term rentals. These are the exact tactics that we use at Level Up Property Management and on our own short-term rentals. Let's dive right in. Part 1 is really nailing your listing. So let's start with one of the most overlooked factors in Airbnb SEO. That is your listing title. Now, your listing title is really, other than the first photo, the first thing that people see. And it's going to play a key role in how your listing ranks and the search results, but ultimately how many bookings you get. So a lot of hosts, what they get wrong is they use generic titles like a nice 5-bedroom home, or they try and cram too much information in, such as a charming 5-bedroom home near the river with pool towels, Wi-Fi, pets allowed. It's going to be either too vague or it's ultimately overwhelming. So instead, what we do at Level Up is we put our titles highlighting the most attractive features of our property. So we're going to think about what sets our place apart. Is it the location? Is it the amenities? Is it the views? So for example, instead of saying this is a 5-bedroom home, we're going to try and say movie theater, hot tub, heated pool, pool towels, popcorn, candy, specific, enticing details that are going to tell the guests exactly what they can expect. And trust me, Airbnb algorithm is going to notice, but more importantly, you're going to get more bookings because you're specific in there, and that will allow you to rank higher. Part 2 is optimize your listing. So this is really, we want to think about this like we're writing a sales copy. Now, Airbnb's algorithm, it doesn't just stop at your title. It also is going to read through your listing description to figure out where you should rank. Now, what a lot of hosts do is they're very vague in their description, or they'll just put the bedroom count. This is your chance to sell your home and the experience that you're going to provide. So you're going to use key phrases that potential guests might be searching for. Now, here's how you can optimize your description. You're going to write your listings as a sales copy, but in 2 different ways. The first one is a descriptive listing using keywords, and the second one is in second person format or second person language. So you want to start by including important keywords naturally. So you're thinking about the types of guests that you're going to be targeting. Are they looking for family-friendly homes, pet-friendly homes, houses with views, houses with heated pools? These are the terms that guests are searching for, and if you don't include them in your description, then you will be missing out on a lot of bookings. Ultimately, you're going to improve your chances of showing up in the search results on Airbnb, but also on Google, linked to your Airbnb. So additionally, you're going to write this sales copy or your listing description in second person. You're not just going to use keyword stuff, but you're going to write it in a way that appeals to your guests. You're going to want to tell a story. What is it like to stay at your place? What experiences are they going to experience? The more engaging and descriptive your listing, the better it will perform, I guarantee it. Mistake number 3, this is a big one I see all the time. It's poor quality photos, and here is the truth. They're not just essential for showing off, but they're essential for making a good first impression. So they're crucial in your Airbnb rankings because Airbnb's algorithm loves high quality photos. Why is that? Well, because guests love them, and Airbnb knows that. So listings with clear, bright, professionally staged photos are 100% going to get more clicks, which is going to signal to Airbnb that your listing is popular and that it should boost your ranking, and it's a snowball effect. So make sure you're investing in professional photography, but I would add a caveat there, not just any real estate photographer. You want an Airbnb, you want a short-term rental photographer to come in to highlight every angle of your property, and you're going to use these photos to showcase key features like a pool, a great view, cozy living room, movie theater, arcade, and really you don't want to forget to make sure, a lot of hosts forget this, is to add captions. Should be about one sentence but descriptive. It should add to your photos. It's another opportunity to include those important keywords which are going to show on the search results. Every photo should have the captions completely filled out. All right, part 4, getting 5-star reviews, which ultimately is social proof that boosts your Airbnb ranking. Now let's talk about reviews. Reviews play a massive part in Airbnb's search algorithm. And the more 5-star reviews we get, we know that we will rank higher. It's 100% fact. I would argue it's probably one of the biggest factors on ranking. So in new listings, this is critical. The first 90 days, the goal should be for you to get guest favorite on your listing, which is going to catapult you to the top 10 to 20% of all listings in the area. So how do you ensure that you're stacking up the 5-star reviews and as quickly as possible? First thing, you have to think about your guest experience. I'm not going to go too deep into the details. I've got another video on that, but you want to deliver an exceptional guest experience every single time. You've got to make sure that your property is spotless by partnering with your cleaners. Your check-in process is seamless. Your locks are automated with their check-in instructions. And your communication is on point, it's clear, and it's timely. Guests are going to remember these details, and ultimately there's 5 categories that they will rank you on within the review on Airbnb. So you've got to make sure you're hitting on all those categories. Second, you don't want to hesitate to ask for reviews. There's 2 times that we ask for reviews, and the manner on which you ask for the reviews is critical in my opinion. The first time you're going to ask for a review is 3 p.m. the day that they check out. Why 3 p.m.? Because that's when Airbnb prompts them to write you a review. You want to stay top of mind. The second time is 7 days after they check out. Let's say they didn't write a review immediately, people get busy. We also want to prompt them on day 7 to write a review. It's very important for us. And any kind of negative feedback we want to share in private because it helps our business. Remember, 5-star reviews, they don't just make you look good. They will directly impact your ranking. The more great reviews you get, the more visible that your listing becomes. All right, part 5 is leveraging Instant Book. It's a true game changer. You want as many reservations as possible. You've got to make it as easy as possible for your guests to book. So mistake number 5 is not using Instant Book. And I will tell you, Airbnb's algorithm, it gives preference to listings that allow Instant Book because it's way faster and easier for your guests to book your home. Now, the next thing that often comes up is, let's say that you're worried about guest quality. Here's a solution. You're going to turn on Instant Book, but use a guest screening tool like AutoHost or Safely to filter out the guests after they book, so leaving you with the only high quality reservations. This way you're going to get a lot more bookings, you're going to rank higher in search results, and you're still going to protect your property. You can use another feature, a filter you can use is experience setting. You're going to allow people that are experienced, meaning they've rented Airbnbs before and they have good rankings, good ratings from other hosts, and that's going to allow them to book your home instantly. If there is a new guest, which is never booked, which I would say is about 60%, then that comes to us when we're allowed to screen them and ask a few screening questions and then accept or deny them. So you can use the experience setting if you're nervous about, turning on Instant Book. It's really one of the easiest ways to book your visibility and for you to get more bookings without doing any extra work. All right, part 6 is setting competitive pricing and staying flexible with your pricing. So let's talk about pricing. It's one of my favorite categories. I could talk about it for hours. Airbnb's algorithm, it definitely cares about how you're going to set your rates. Overpriced listings are number one, going to get fewer bookings, but they're going to rank way lower. While underpriced listings, ultimately you may attract the wrong type of guest, going back to our guest screening. But to get it right, I highly recommend using dynamic pricing tool like Price Labs. Now these tools, they're going to adjust your rates based on demand, seasonality, and competitor pricing, what's happening kind of in your area and the neighborhood. But they're going to keep your listing competitive without you having to continuously update prices manually. I'll say this, we look at prices daily for all of our homes in our portfolio, and we adjust them as needed daily. There's 2 times a week that we make major movements within our pricing, Mondays and Fridays. And the reason for that is because it's right after the weekend and it's right before the weekend when a lot of guests will book. So we're looking at the next 2 to 3 months, depending on the booking window, and we're adjusting accordingly. If you don't want to be that hands-on like we are at Level Up, understand that's fine. You will decrease a little bit your amount of bookings, but using Price Labs is going to change some slight tweaks depending on how you have it set up daily, and Airbnb recognizes that you're changing your prices, so they're going to rank you higher. The other thing that we're going to use is rule sets in Airbnb to fill gaps. Now here's the bonus. Dynamic pricing is going to send signals to Airbnb that you're staying competitive, which is definitely going to help your rankings. When we use rule sets, I'll create another video on that. It may already be live, you'd have to take a look, but using rule sets, we're going to reward action takers, meaning guests, to fill our gaps for us. So for example, if we've got 2 bookings and we have a 3-day gap in between, let's say a Monday through a Wednesday or Tuesday through a Thursday, we want that to be filled, right? So we will reward using rule sets the guests for booking and filling those gaps for us. All right, part 7, update your calendar regularly. The activity actually going to boost your ranking. Here's a simple but effective tip. It's keeping your calendar updated. So we want to update our calendar. Now, if you're using a property management system like HostAway, a lot of this is going to be taken care of for you, and it can give your listing a ranking boost. All right, here's the bonus tip, is promoting your listing through social media and external traffic. We've all seen Airbnb's commercials, and what I will say is they do a lot of advertising, but they will reward you for you driving traffic to your own listing. We know that wish listing will add to your ranking. So we want, to drive traffic to boost our listing and, wish lists. All right, here's a bonus tip, is promoting your listing through social media and external traffic. Airbnb does a ton of advertising, but they're going to reward you for driving traffic to your listing through social media. Instagram, Facebook, and Google can drive external traffic to your listing. And guess what? Airbnb loves external traffic. So listings that get visits from outside sources tend to rank higher because Airbnb sees that you're bringing your own traffic. You're going to create content around your property, share it with your audience, link it back to your Airbnb listing. The more traffic that you bring in, the more visibility that you'll get out. All right, let's quickly recap the strategies to optimize your listing for maximum search visibility on Airbnb. Number 1, nail your listing title. Make it specific and enticing. Number 2, optimize your description with keywords and an engaging story. Write it as a sales copy. Number 3, use high quality professional photos, which are going to attract more clicks. Number 4, stack up those 5-star reviews as fast as possible to boost your ranking. Number 5, turn on instant book and screen your guests after booking. Number 6, use dynamic pricing to stay competitive. Number 7, update your calendar regularly to show activity. And bonus tip number 8, don't forget to drive external traffic from social media for an extra visibility boost. If you found these tips helpful, please hit that like button and make sure to subscribe. It really helps us out. Again, with the algorithms that is YouTube, please subscribe for more Airbnb strategies that's going to help you maximize your income. And listen, if you've got any questions or if you want to see any more topics below like this, please drop a comment. I really would love to hear from you.